Oh,
Hello, welcome to your
last class.
last summer class. Are you going anywhere? Because your sister's in Harvard.
America.
Are
Yeah,
you?
I'm going to this like another camp in America, like a Python camp where you do coding.
Python. Python, nice. Do you know any Python? Python?
No, just starting.
I think Python's very similar to C++. I learned it when I was in college. It's
Oh, really?
it's a completely different language though, but then if you know C++, then Python shouldn't be that hard. So you should ask yourself, do you know C++?
I heard of it, but I don't know how to code it. It's like,
And then
yeah,
ultimately, coding is pretty much the same. It's just you have different commands in different languages, but then the logic is the same, right? If, then, and then you have what? Variables, right?
yeah,
You store information and then you prompt, right? If this happens, then do
and
this.
yeah. If this dot happened, then do this, and then like
Yeah.
more and
And
more.
I would say, I learned when I was growing up HTML, so I know how to make websites like you saw. So those are like the base. If you know how to make a website and then you plus a little bit of C++, then you should build a foundation for better, like further coding, more advanced coding. And then Python, JavaScript, what else? PHP, all these different languages you gotta
Yeah,
know. But where are you going specifically though? Like you don't know where you're going?
I think I'm going to California or something like that.
Hmm.
I'm not
So
really sure.
yeah, but America's you
Very
can say safer now, but you can also say it's a little bit more chaotic, right?
chaos.
It's chaos, but in a way, a lot of people think it's safer because now they got rid of all the illegal immigrants.
Migrants.
Yeah, and if you're there legally, they actually
Yeah.
treat you better, treat you better.
Yeah.
But problem is, if you go to America, people are gonna be like, "Oh, you're illegal," right? They see that you're Asian, they're gonna be like, "Oh, fresh off the boat," you know?
Yeah.
So that's a bad
There's
thing.
bias to Asians. I mean, like,
Yeah, and the most racist thing is not the C word or anything, is fob, right? Have you ever been called a fob before?
oh,
That's really bad. Fresh off the boat. Um, what does that mean, do you think?
weak.
Not really. Does it really show weakness? It shows weakness in what though? Not your physical kind of body. You're fresh off the boat.
Emotions. Weaken emotions.
Close. It's your weakness in understanding of the culture and country, right? 你刚上岸，有没有听 like, oh, you're just fresh
Oh,
off the boat. And why is 上岸 so racist? Because that's what people used to do if they wanted to get into a country illegally. They would take a boat and secretly.
oh, fresh. Oh, so they think you're an illegal migrant.
Yeah, and so when you get called this, it would be like, oh, they're talking about Animal Farm, for example, like a very important book that everyone has read. But then you're like, oh, what is that? And they'll be like, "Oh, you're such a fob," right? That's so degrading a little bit. Just because you're not culturally there, they call you fresh off the boat. But it's like an American going to China. They probably have never heard of 《红楼梦》, right? 三国志,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
三国演义, right? And all those things that we grew up listening to. And so, in a way, we laugh at them too, right? 哦，你怎么连这个都不知道, right? So you just have to get used to it. Anyways, last class. Let's get your work done, and then I won't give you homework today, right?
Yes. Yes.
No.
Freedom. Oh my God. Finally. Oh,
Come on now. Was it? Okay, fine. You
look
did
at
good
this.
work though. I'm actually very proud of you for not missing one assignment, right? You could have maybe didn't do everything 100%, but you didn't miss anything, and that's a good first step, right? Getting all your work done and not missing an assignment. Make sure you do that for high school, right? That's like the number one skill.
Wait,
And
that is not the one I sent you. I sent you another one in WeChat.
yeah, yeah, no, no, this is from like yesterday. Like the classes. I'm gonna open yours. I think it's
These. It's like
walnut.
how when you do
Walnut?
this.
You're so that's like old people.
Yeah, that's me.
You're like what do you call those monks? Chinese monks who play with
Yeah,
the.
when they wear like these things on their hands and
So
I
why do you have that? Are you nervous? Does it help you with anxiety?
no, it's just fun.
Feels
I
good,
don't know.
satisfying. It's
Hard.
satisfying.
Yeah, it is satisfying when you listen to the sound, but yeah,
I can kind of hear it. It's pretty cool. All right. Well, we'll take it easy today, but it looks like you wrote a good story.
it's not
X
very balanced.
Y.
Yeah, I can't think of any names, so I just named them X and
Oh,
Y.
that's fine. That's fine. And then did you try to use some of the words in here, or what was the purpose behind this writing?
Purpose.
Yeah, what was your goal? Was it just a creative story?
Yeah, creative story.
Did you use any of the words?
Wait, I do need to use words.
Well, no. I said use 10 words, but fine.
Oh,
Maybe you had a goal of being descriptive. Did you have that when you were writing?
maybe. Yeah.
What else? Did you have a goal of creating a character?
Yeah.
What about setting?
Kind of no.
Plot. I think you focused on the plot, right? Like what happened at the end,
Mm,
creating the character, and then setting. Yeah, once you add
yeah.
that, I think the universe, right, was younger. That's good. So you talked about some of the setting. Okay, I like this. Maybe we can make a nice picture from this and then let's publish it today. Okay?
Okay.
Let's first, I think yesterday we didn't have time to do sentences. So let's do sentences first.
The church bell is audible even from kilometers away.
Even from a kilometer away. Okay, good.
My house is in close proximity to my friends.
Full stop.
Okay.
Emits, we skipped. Why?
Yeah, I forgot. I don't think I
It's
saw it.
giving off something. A good word is radiating. So we can say, right, the sun emits energy that's like boring. But you can also say Anthony emits positivity, right? As
Oh, okay.
in class. You see how like you can use it figuratively, and we say this is what you need to do when you want to get more advanced in writing, figurative speaking. And by the way, let's watch a video today. I saw a video about how to speak better, and
What?
it's really comes down to building your own brand. Okay, now you never thought of that, right? Like you can have a brand when it comes to speech. And for me, the only thing I can think of with you is you like to exaggerate, right? Oh, like 10 minutes, you'll be like 10 years, 100 years.
Mm.
So far, that's your only brand, right? But slowly, as you write more, right, people are going to be, oh, this is Anthony. He likes to use this. He likes to use that. And I'm starting to see it, right? With your writing, maybe you can have some like cosmic themes whenever you
It's
write.
unique stuff that only you add inside essays,
Right?
like
And
your
then
way.
and then that video actually tells you the point is to not use like crazy fancy words, right? Like the hard words we're learning like emits, but right? Can you come up with a word that people understand, but at the same time be special? And apparently, only 1% of people do this because everyone else sounds the same. Everyone else almost sounds like everyone else. So we'll watch that video later, and then you'll see what I mean. Okay, next one.
I'm reliant on my parents for constant economic aid. Does it work? It's like
No, this is
aid.
a great sentence to say, hey, I always ask my mom for money,
Yeah.
right? But rather than saying, always ask my mom for money, look at this. Constant economic aid. I don't know where you got that, but
Trust.
good choice. But the word was reliant, so it works. Right? It means you're dependent on them, right? Dependent. All right, next.
Plan set by various scientists about will the spaceship land on the moon is potentially very successful.
I don't think we need the comma, right? We can just say whether the spaceship will land on the moon is potentially very successful. The plan set by various scientists about whether the spaceship is potentially very successful. Is there a better way to say very successful, you think?
Super.
Yeah, I would say has a strong chance of success.
Okay, yeah, but yeah,
Yeah, and this is where you can play around with like puns, right? Like puns are where you have double meaning to a word. So spaceship landing on the moon. Is there a way to say that?
spaceship landing on the moon.
Let's search for puns for success. Give me 1 second. Let me look this up. I want to show you here. So puns for success. Using what did you use?
Potentially.
Um, words of space cosmos rockets. So one good one is so a scientist is working on a project to maybe add or send a satellite into space. Let's say, right? He has a project, he needs to send a satellite into space. So you can say if his project failed, what can you say? His project never took off. Taking off is a rocket term, right? But then you can use it to say, oh, your
Never
project
started.
never took off. So, let's see. What did they say when they landed on the moon?
The earth is beautiful.
Didn't they say like, Houston, we have touchdown or something like that, right?
I'm not sure.
Okay, well, we'll leave this then. But puns, well, find a special time to learn about these. Those are help you become even more figurative. Okay, next one.
Following speed limits is mandatory.
Okay,
There are various fatalities this year caused by the airplanes.
caused by plane accidents.
Oh,
Caused by accidents. Fatalities. Read this again.
fatalities.
You should know this word from Mortal Kombat. Have you played Mortal Kombat?
Hmm.
Have you heard of it?
Is it a game?
Yeah,
Oh,
you're,
okay.
you should know
And
this.
maybe further try.
It's a combat.
Oh, it's like a 1v1 game where you choose character and you like
Yes. And what this game is famous for is once you win, you defeat the other character. They say fatality, right? And then you get to actually destroy them, kill them.
like there's
Oh.
like a short little thing when you end the enemy and then
How do
it
you,
says
yeah, so that means you know. See, in this game, they have a short little animation where they like split him in half and
oh
then
yeah, yeah. I've seen this game before.
because
It's
like
like
as a kid, I learned this word from this game, right?
damn.
And as a gamer, you should start using these, right? Like things you see and know, the hard words more in your everyday life. All right, various fatalities caused by, and this is true. We just had one a few days ago, a few weeks ago, right? The Indian
Yeah.
airline. Okay, next one.
You need to follow the speed limits in Singapore or you will receive a fine up to $500.
Or you will see. Okay, good comma here. Good comma. Next,
There were several collisions between two missiles in the Middle East this year.
between missiles, between missiles in
Between missiles.
Middle East this year. kind of vague, right? Several missile collisions occurred in the Middle East this year.
Yeah, occur.
Missile collisions. Several missile collisions occurred. All right.
Trump was diligent to meet the Ukrainian president. Is that true or it's not?
Trump was
Delected? Dele
delegate. Hmm.
okay. No, not really, right?
Trump is the boss, so he delegates
Chooses.
people to go meet others. Get
Um,
it? So if you're the boss, you don't get delegated.
you send people to.
You
Okay.
send, yeah. So
But
but
don't
this
like.
works, right? Like you can say it doesn't mean right now. Maybe Trump was like a mayor back then, and he was delegated. So it doesn't have to be.
Be
But if
true.
it's whether or not it's true, this would not be true, right?
Yeah, but I have a
It's
question.
it's
Isn't
set.
Trump like
Yeah,
wait, America is wait, 民主. How do you say that again?
democracy,
Democracy, yeah, democracy.
a
So
democratic.
doesn't that mean the citizens is the best and it's like citizens are the boss and then they vote for Trump to go to see
Exactly. That's why a lot of people are attacking Trump and they're not being successful because ultimately the people elected Trump. So
yeah.
so when they call Trump a king, when they call Trump a dictator like Hitler, it doesn't work because he got elected. And so he's
Yeah.
not you can see him, he's like, like he doesn't care about these criticisms, even though he doesn't like it. Um, but is Trump the best president? We don't know, right? They're always gonna do the best for them, right?
Mm,
And if you're not an American like me, then we can say everything we want because it doesn't really affect us. But then
mm,
if you're an American, then you will kind of then decide, is he the best for me? Or is the other president, the other party the best for me? And the other party
Communist Party.
caused a lot of problems to get Trump elected. Because we didn't have class last year. But when they were going through the elections, wow, we talked about so many like cultural factors in America. So one big one was, you know how like there's like the LGBTQ, like
Mm,
transgender, like all those things are okay, right, with adults, but they were starting to make kids believe in that, you know? So that, no matter if you like Trump or not, got him elected. Right? That was one. Another one was like all of the people that can just go into America for free, right? The people who cross the rivers, right? Crawl through the tunnels, fresh off the boats. Those were happening in America. So yeah, that's why Trump was
mm.
elected. But this was kind of true. I don't know how you knew this. He's
There was
actually meeting the Ukrainian president, I think today or tomorrow, to talk about the Russia-Ukraine war. Okay, and
mm,
that's another big one. Russia versus Ukraine.
controversy.
There's
You know,
no solution at the moment.
mm, no solution. But the Russia said like you need to cut this amount of land to us and pay taxes to have true,
That's
right?
what Trump thought. He was like, okay, then we'll give you this and that. And then now, yesterday, they were on the phone, and apparently, Putin says, I want it all. He says, I'm going to take everything.
I want the money. I want the money. They pay me
Not the
back.
money. He wants Ukraine. He
Um,
wants the whole thing.
right.
He
If
just
he
wants,
gets Ukraine, if he gets Ukraine, then it's worse because 影响力 it's in the whole Europe now. You know,
yeah, and
it's
that's
like
why there's NATO, right? Do you know NATO?
NATO.
So,
Yeah,
yeah, so I don't know. It's like who started what, right? Like there's the fighting goes back so long that you don't even know who started, who was the bad guy first. But it is true, right? If Russia takes Ukraine, the next thing people what is going to be worried about is what? China taking Taiwan, because it's kind of the same thing, right? It's like, oh, it was mine, so it's my neighbor anyway, so I'm just going to take it. And yeah,
I don't think America will care anymore about Taiwan because they're
but
gonna make it so low.
but you've mentioned the exact thing that we don't know, right? Because if you base it off of Ukraine, oh, that's going to be a bad, news because America is almost like, I've given up on Ukraine. They're like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
I can't do anything more. But the whole thing they've been telling Taiwanese people is, we're going to protect you if China invades you, right?
That's
So,
not true. After if China back up and then like they leave Taiwan alone, America's gonna ask Taiwan for like money, right? Won't they?
oh, this is very sensitive, right? Political topic that we, like me and you, we're normies, right? Normal people of the world. We'll just let it play out, right? We have no control, and we have like I said, opinions are everywhere. But how many people really know the context, right? The background information. A lot of people just have conclusions. Ah, I think this, I think that. But
Mm-hmm.
one thing you gotta know is Taiwan has one thing up their sleeve. They have one card, and that is the chips, right? That's the computer chips. Without Taiwan, nobody has iPhones. Get it? So that's the only thing that America will want to protect Taiwan over. Don't even think it's because, oh, 我们是台湾人 democracy or anything.
No
No,
way they're gonna protect us
none.
because of anything.
It's money, and at
It,
least we have the money, right? Like the chips that nobody else can create, not even China.
it's
So
like it, it's like when you're holding rice inside your hand and the chickens want the rice but not you
oh,
holding the rice. It's like something like that, right?
true, true, true. Yeah. But then China has a lot more of everything else, right? They have the rare earth. If you want to make a lot of money, by the way, Anthony, and be rich and do something cool, a lot of people are working on rare earths, okay? And rare earths are so kind of hard to understand, but I'll show you a quick picture. So these are the stuff that they need to make all the chips, all the missiles, all of the batteries, all of the magnets for like all the tanks and jets and everything, right? So without these, like actual materials, nothing can really be made. And who controls most of these?
One
Apparently
America,
China.
China. Oh,
Apparently China. And mining them is one thing, right? Getting them out of the earth is one thing, but then making them into an actual material that you can use for a
is
missile
it
or
not?
a nuclear bomb is another. So look at this. This is actually true. The race for rare earths and aircraft engines, computers, satellites, rechargeable battery, drones, we talked about,
Mm.
smartphones. It all comes from this thing that's in the earth. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you want to do something cool in this world, right, and useful, like people make a lot of money like studying this thing. But first, you gotta be good at chemistry and um,
Be
every
smart, talented.
yeah. Like most people don't even know the periodic table, right? But then now you gotta study this rare earth. Uh,
But
it's crazy.
like, it's very expensive. The stuff after.
Oh yeah, not only expensive. This is like the new drug. Like you can use this to control another country. And China is playing this game, and America is like people might go to war over this. You know, look at this picture; it's amazing. So all the red here is China, 44 million tons. Next is Vietnam, India, Brazil has a lot. U.S. and Canada, only a tiny little
Mhm.
bit. Russia has a bunch, and then you have Africa. But China is damn, right? All of it's like underneath their land. Liquid gold, or not really liquid gold. Okay, there you go.
Mhm.
Next one.
My
Aspirin.
inspiration included becoming a bounty hunter.
That's
Hunting.
true.
It once was because I was watching this Star Wars
Hunter.
thing and there's like this bounty hunter with like a very cool armor, it's just very cool before
Isn't
it's
he
just
called the Mandalorian?
oh yeah, Mandalorian and with the like unique metal armor. Yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Isn't
Oh
that, or is that the name? Is that his name, or is that the
no,
name of
it's
the
the
group?
it's the people they are.
Oh,
Species of human. I mean species of
But what
It's
is he
just so
called?
cool, right? It's like their
Din,
armor.
is he called Din Djarin? I
I'm not
used to be a
sure.
Star Wars fan, but they came out with so many new ones that I lost track. Like Baby Yoda and everything.
Yeah,
All
it's
right, but this
so
is a
big.
good, this is a, yeah, you used it perfectly. Okay. Aspiration, what you dream of being. All right, autonomous. Let's see.
I'm not autonomous since I still need to rely on my parents to live.
Not autonomous since I still need to rely on this. Okay. Um, I am not an autonomous individual. That's it. And then you can continue.
Um,
Make this sound
Lapses in concentration during the test are consistently annoying.
consistent. Good. Next.
Like, I'm not always attentive since I lack concentration.
I am not always attentive since I lack them. Good.
We always see pedestrians in Singapore since it's so small.
Let's read this properly. Pedestrians.
Pedestrians.
Pedestrians. What does it mean?
It's like people who walk on the road or on the sidewalk.
So just remember, this is the only one, right? We call people who drive drivers, people who ride bicycles, bikers,
Cycler, biker,
cyclists, but then people who walk, we don't call them walkers for some reason, right? And then we use this word with the
pedestrians,
PED root word, right? I think it's Roman or Greek,
which
PED,
means walk, right? Which
yeah,
means
which means foot, which means
oh, foot.
but it could be Greek or Roman. We gotta look that up. All right. One means child, by the way. I think in Greek, PED means child. So the doctor for a child is called a pediatric, pediatric
Trick.
charka. But then a pedestrian, I think that's more of a Roman root word. All right, next one.
I always solve math questions intricately, even though there is a much faster way.
But I intricately solve math questions, right? This can also be put right in front of your verb as it's about adverb. Okay, next.
My best friend's German is impeccable.
Okay. It means perfect, right? But then does this tell me what it means? It could mean it's bad. It could mean it's good.
Yeah.
So I would say add a little bit more. Next,
We shall remove extraneous detail from the essay.
extraneous.
Extraneous.
Okay, next.
Most of the time, I'm vigilant.
Vigilant. See, this one doesn't tell me what it means, right? What does vigilant mean? You can't tell from the sentence.
Yeah.
Could mean you're lazy. Could mean you could like to eat. What does vigilant mean? It means you're very what?
What?
What does vigilant mean? I'm asking you.
I'm not sure.
Look it up. That's what I'm saying. Make a sentence that actually tells you what it means. Look it up. I'm gonna look it up for you.
Wait a second.
It is
Uh,
a thing you have to be if you're like a bodyguard or one of the watchers at night.
watchful. Oh, watchful. Yeah, watchful.
Not yeah, watchful, but like aware, right? You're like you have to kind of be scanning and always aware, vigilant. All right, next one.
The teacher will intervene when a student is bullying others.
Good. Plus next.
My friends are dispen dispensing cola for the class party.
Okay, next.
Me and my friends each bought like 5 bottles of Coca-Cola to the class party where we watch films, and we're just opening and spraying on it. It's not me, okay, it's my friends, okay. I never do that.
That's a food party then.
Yeah, food
Food
party.
fight party. Food fight party.
Yeah.
Did any
The
of your teachers
vitals,
get angry?
no, it's like we did it inside the toilet. It's very messy back there. It's like no one sees us.
Okay. All right,
The
next.
tank got para paralyzed by the bomb that cut through the track.
Amazing. Paralyzed, usually used on a person, using it on a
Oh,
machine, and tank is what I mean, right? Those are good. Instead of saying the tank broke down, which is like boring, right? And everyone says that. Paralyzed. Great. And I like to use it with decisions, right? I have decision paralysis. You know what that means?
No.
选择障碍, right? You're choosing
Oh,
between two things you want to buy, like you can never decide that.
you flip a coin.
Mm. So you use paralyzed now. Paralyzed, some people might say that's offensive. How can you use that word? Because now you're offending all the actual paralyzed people. So just be careful. All right, next, last one.
The vitals of the body not tells you. Oh,
Not.
not only tells you if you are healthy, but also tells you about your emotions.
Oh, see, you didn't write S here. That's good. This is correct because it's vitals. Vitals, plural, subject verb agreement, no S. But somehow when you're reading,
I
you
put it.
added the S, which means you're speaking in a grammatically wrong way. It's okay. At least you're writing it correctly. But they also tell you about your emotions. Okay, good job. I like
Okay.
your sentences actually. So keep writing. I think slowly you write more, you tell me more about things you know. Um, you'll be a better, faster writer. It's all about being fast, okay? I don't care about good, I care about being fast. All right,
Mm,
let's see and look at this story.
wait.
What were you trying to do?
What?
What were you trying to write again? Was
Oh,
there a nice little, was there a plot to it?
no, I just like thought of it and then I just wrote it down. I'm
Okay, okay,
just
let's
like
go.
that. In the vast universe, the stars flicker like campfire in the endless gloomy night, where galaxy twists and turns like dancing spirits, adding a unique beauty that shapes an astonishing and boundless realm. Some may believe a figure bathed in soft holy light with eyes like twin galaxies, calm as if time followed its gesture. Wait, time follows its gesture. A god not on a throne, but settles on the edge of the sunless void, slowly blending or engulfed by the dualness. On the other side of the world lies a completely different creature, a colossal figure that crumples space around it like a black hole, eager to seek power. Every twinkle of light, every microscopic particle in the space, immersed in immoral shape. I wrote, okay, I think I wrote ash in the space, but I don't know why it says particle. Yeah.
Okay, okay, so let's go back. This is This is good. How'd you come up with all this? This is a microscopic particle in the space?
First, I wrote microscopic ash in the space, but I'm not sure why it turns into particle.
Dust particle. It's all same thing, right? Okay,
Is it?
so stars flicker like campfires in the endless gloomy night, where
First, I
galaxies
want to write,
twist
like,
and
I went
turn.
to the
Are you
dictionary.
sure? Are you sure this is not AI?
No, it's not. Trust.
This
I
is
show
really
you. I show you. I show you. Wait, wait, wait. I show you. I just knew it. You one day will ask this question.
good. I knew that one day I will ask.
Trust. Ayo. Wait, how do I go back to the like recent?
No, I trust you, man. I trust you. I'm just saying, you wrote really well. This
Wait,
is what
wait.
I mean, right?
I
Dance.
need to show. I just knew one day you will ask.
What are you going to show me? How do you show me that you didn't use AI?
I will go back to the template and then press Command Z to show you I tapped each word by
No,
myself.
no, no, no. You don't need to do that. You know how you show me in the future? Start writing sentences, right, like this, and then I'll see, like, oh, this is how you can write. All right, adding a unique beauty that shapes an astonishing and boundless realm. Okay, this this part sounds like AI. Okay,
This
but
part.
it's fine. If
Okay.
this is you, then I would say you have graduated. Okay, you don't need any help. But if you referenced it, fine. Like, just tell me, hey, I looked at something and I tried to make it into my own. Then I would be like, great. Some may believe a figure bath in soft holy light with eyes like
Ah,
two galaxies. What does
it's
that
like
mean?
I want to say that the figure is surrounded by holy light, like a very bright light, but I'm not sure if I should write surrounded, so I just said bathed in soft holy light.
Okay. Calm as if time follows its gesture. A god not on a throne, but settles on the edge of the sunless void, slowly bending or engulfed by the dullness. All right. What are you trying to say? Like, what are you trying to
Eaten
say?
up. It's like there was a fight between these two gods, and then like
Nice.
one got injured very badly, and the other won, but also injured very badly. So it's like they sign a truce. They went to either like each side of the world to have a break for like centuries.
Okay, that's later on, right? Okay, so then
Yeah.
on the other side of the world lies a completely different creature. I love that. A colossal figure that crumples the space around it like a black hole, eager to seek power, every twinkle of light, every microscopic particle in space, immersed in an immortal shape. That's amazing.
Immoral means evil, right? Immoral means evil.
No, immoral means like not holy, like not good.
Yeah,
See,
not good.
unethical,
Evil.
bad. Yeah, immoral.
Immoral.
Okay, long ago when the universe was younger, back then the holy figure known as X burned with radiance.
Like light. Can you say that or no?
Yeah, or we
Okay.
used the word, we had the word emitted, right? So you could have said
Mm.
radiated
I could tear the
something,
dark apart.
right? Radiated energy that could tear apart the darkness. It receives power of creation, more radiant than millions of stars. A dark colossus Y was a living chaos, devouring the whole galaxy to improve its power. Determined to become the only king of the universe. So it's a comma here.
Mm.
He also holds a secret weapon covered in a black mist. So powerful, it can slice through time and space, allowing him to sneak behind X in the shadows. This is good. I think we just needed to make it more clear here who
Yeah.
X are. And then maybe give them actual good names, right? X and Y.
It's
But
like,
that
I
could be
can't think of any names. It's just like all these names I think of.
Zeno,
It's either my friends or it's like
Yilla, something like that. Yilla is a reference to a book called Martian Chronicles,
Martian
which
Chronicle.
talks about this family on Mars, and one of them is called Yilla. I think
Yeah.
with two L's. Xenos. All right, because of this group over there, they decided to see who was more powerful by fighting against each other. Their fight lasted for ages. Then the universe quivered during the fight and expanded in the meantime. It was a fight where Y won while both were injured badly. They decided truth, truce,
Truce. Yeah, sorry, truce. I
truth
spelled.
for 1,000 centuries to gain power. Once they recover, some say it'll be the end. Hey, you actually had a good. And so when you're telling me, when I was asking you, what was this? You should have told me. This was the myth about
Oh.
the uh, origins of our universe. Right? This sounds like a myth of the gods and how our universe came to be.
Mm.
I think I made a nice picture. Let's publish it. Let's publish it. But I need to fix your grammar. And I hope you didn't just use AI in the future. Okay, next time write it. We'll make it better, and then we'll actually publish it. Look how sick this picture is. Wow, right? So it has the contrast, and then this dark figure actually is not too obvious. It reflects what you wrote, the evilness into the shape.
Mm.
And then the other guy, right? This guy is like,
Yeah.
ooh, nice, 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 nice.
Damn, this
I said
AI is
two. We need, we
good.
need, we need two because in order for me to publish it, which looks like this is your first article or first publication. I haven't published in a while, so it'll be nice for you.
I actually didn't use AI on this. I used a dictionary, but I didn't use AI.
Maybe it's not, well, maybe it's not AI, but it definitely doesn't sound like you. So I don't know where you got it.
I got it
Um,
from dictionary.
I don't
Actually,
think a
no,
dictionary is that
no cap.
powerful, by the way. I
No,
don't think a
I
dictionary. We can help you
No,
write.
actually.
And I don't want to like Anthony, by the way, we
Mm-hmm.
got to be honest with each other. Right? That's the first step with me and you because that's a private class. And I don't care if you're very, very bad, right? But I care that you don't become dishonest to
Mm.
yourself, to yourself. And I know sometimes it's hard, right, to drop your pride, your ego, right, or your face to admit something. But I think with me, that's the first step. Otherwise, I can't really help you, right? If you're giving me something that's not you and you're not telling me where it's from, then we'll never know where the real Anthony is.
Mm.
And I don't want to blow your bubble, but I just want to show you that maybe, um, let me get rid of this.
Okay.
I just want to tell you that it's probably not too hard to expose you as a teacher, okay? So I'm
Mm.
gonna show you. I want to show you what a teacher might do.
Wait.
And if it's proven that it is, then you just have to admit it, okay?
Okay.
So this is the website that most teachers use, GPT-0. And it doesn't just scan for ChatGPT. So I put yours in
Mm.
and you passed.
Mm.
But then, right,
But
so see, 5% AI. So you can't say, oh, I completely did this on my own, even if it's 5%, right? How did they catch
mm.
the 5%? So I think you're smart. You get something and then you change a few things. You might even purposely make some mistakes. That's not what I want you to do, right? I want you to
No,
do,
I show you. Wait. I need to show you this, bro. It's like, wait, where do I get the? Can I? Okay, yeah, sure. Wait, look. Okay. Wait, sorry.
you actually want to show me?
Yeah, I actually need to prove it. Wait. Can you see the screen?
Yeah. I see the screen.
Yeah. Wait.
But I don't want you to lose your work if you
I don't
keep.
think it will. Wait. How do I command Z? How do I do it?
No, Anthony. I mean, you wrote, I believe that you didn't use AI, okay? But how did you write a sentence like this, right? Gloomy light with a twist and turn like dancing spirits and then comma, adding unique beauty that shape boundless realm. I'm just saying, like, did you reference something? Did you look at something and then try to write your own?
No,
Because
it's like I found astonishing some of the words in a film and boundless because I went to search for like a very big like endless and then I searched another word called
nice,
boundless. I went to the dictionary
nice,
and then
okay.
the unique beauty is in one of my grade 6 friends essay, so I just took it and then over put it here. Unique beauty.
Okay,
And
so if this is what you're saying, then you see how this actually takes more time, right? To combine and grab all this stuff. If you wrote this, it actually takes more time than to just write it, right?
yeah.
So keep doing this. I don't mind as long as you're honest with yourself. No AI, right? And if you're using dictionary,
No,
then I would
actually,
say,
no AI, no
no,
AI.
no, then I trust you. I trust you. Then I would say you hurt yourself by writing so bad before then, right? If you didn't
Mm.
write so well before, all of a sudden you write this well, that means you can write this well. So you could have maybe shown that before. But I like it, okay? If this was all you, but I want this to be you if I give you a pen and paper, right? No dictionary, no nothing, just Anthony sitting on like in front of a piece of paper. Are you able to write this out?
No.
But then that's what we need to get to, okay? If this is what you do with the computer, well, let's work on this without a computer. And that's what I want every week. With you, try to just write. Don't use like reference, don't use research. Write with your brain as if you're on a test. And then in class, we can say, hey, 怎么把这个做更好, right? How do we make this better so that it looks like this? And then you'll actually get there. Okay, regardless, it's a good piece. We have some good pictures. Give it a name.
A name.
Let's give it a nice name.
Mm. Let me think. I'm not sure. Casualties after the fight. No, I'm just kidding.
When when galaxies collide.
Yeah, okay.
X and Y. Is there something we can play around with that?
Yeah. How do sci? Oh wait. Uh,
Heavens of the cosmos. How about that? X, Y.
Cosmos is Cosmos is like universe, right? Like a very big.
The entire thing, yeah?
Yeah.
Cosmos. Now, X, Y gives people kind of like a question mark. Like, what are you talking about, right? But then X slash Y, Titans of the Cosmos, maybe that works.
Hmm.
Subtitle, Anthony. What's your last name? C?
L. Anthony
Oh
Lin.
yeah, Lin. And then G7, I'll put Sin for Singapore. All right, let's put in the pictures. This one's pretty cool too, right?
It's actually so cool how you did that.
Yeah. So which one do you want first? Do you want this to be first or this one?
Yeah, the other one. Yeah, this one.
The one with the
Yeah,
stick,
this one.
right? I want to see if there's a more colorful.
Which AI is that?
This is Dolly.
Dolly. How do you
Dolly.
spell?
Dalle. Because there's a famous painter called Dali, right? Dali. Um, have you seen the famous? Go look up Dali, the famous painter. He drew.
I can't. I don't have Google.
Oh,
I can't use Google yet.
then look at my screen. So Dali, Dali, is most people know him as the famous drawer painter who drew this one, Salvador Dali. It's like a melting clock. Have you ever seen
Oh
this?
yeah.
He was a very famous like abstract painter, right? He would paint things that nobody would understand. Look at this. Crazy. But the AI version of it, he calls it DALL-E, Dall-E. And then I think the newest one, DALL-E
Dolly.
3, OpenAI. So it's owned by ChatGPT. It's owned by ChatGPT, but it's called DALL-E Sun, right? DALL-E.
Oh, I don't think I can download it. I can only download it from App Store.
Look at this fake Michael Jordan because he's 21. It's not 22, but he's
And it's very weird how his art.
that's insane though. It's like his body is the universe.
Mm,
Maybe we are living in his on the side. Okay, I got another one more colorful. We will put this as our second picture. It's more colorful, right?
oh,
Okay, so let's put this first, and then let's put in your writing. Right.
how do I even prove that it's not AI? Like,
Well, I ran it through the checker. You got 95%, so you're almost okay. But
I need to prove that I didn't use AI. How do I do it?
again, you prove it by writing without a computer, right? Just without any help, because
Okay, and
you just gotta
then I
write.
cannot write that.
No, but in that moment, just write. And or you could record your screen, right? If you're typing, give yourself 40 minutes. And all you do is have it stay on the pages file. Right? You
Can't.
don't have the dictionary, you don't, and then you just write. And then I can see you going back, I can see you changing words. But again, I don't need you to prove it. I think I can tell if your writing is yours. Okay.
But you screen record by Command Shift 5, right? And then record.
Command Shift 5. No, that's actually screenshot.
Command Shift 4 is screenshot.
Command Shift 4 is screenshot where you can drag, right? Where you can drag.
Oh,
Command Shift 3 is a screenshot of your whole screen. Yeah, I don't know. Command Shift 5, I've never clicked on it.
I got QuickTime Player, so I think that's why
I see. I've never used I use OBS if I want to record my screen.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So next time if I
There,
write a writing, I just Command Shift 5 and then I record it and send it to you. Should I do that?
I don't need you to prove that it's yours, okay? I
Oh,
think
bro, I
as long as you verbally promise me, right, that you're not going to give me work that is plagiarized, right? Plagiarized
no
means
plagiarizing.
somebody else's and you're like, hey, it's mine. It's fine if you get it from somewhere, but you have to tell me where. Right? Hey,
Okay,
I read this book. Hey, I used ChatGPT in this way. Sure, I'll be okay. Right? And I know you don't even have VPN, so I know you don't really have ChatGPT, but these days kids can get away with a lot. But for me, it needs to be the real you. All right, so here you go. You are now on the front page,
but I can use dictionary, right?
pinned to home page. All right, here you go. You can use the dictionary always, right?
Okay,
Because so
then yeah. Okay.
is your best friend. Oh, look how nice yours look as the first one.
Hmm.
XY Titans of the Cosmos. AL G7 Singapore.
Can
Click
I
into
see the other like grade seven's essay?
sure. So this one is my student from Canada, grade
The
7.
vanishing
He wrote
joy.
a kidnapping story. He
So
wrote,
long.
yeah, but this took him not a long time. He didn't really even use that a lot of hard words, but inquisitive, right? Those were some of our vocabulary words. What else? This one, she wrote a really good essay about music, about
Hmm.
her own stories. Yeah, you can come and read some of the students' work, and you'll find out that some of these sixth graders, seventh graders use really good vocabulary.
Like, can
This
I
is one of
download the app on like App Store?
the app. No, I'll just give you the website. This is a very
Oh,
simple website.
because I also can't go inside the website even though you send it to
True. I'm not sure if this is blocked though. It'd be crazy if they block even this website. Like, why are you blocking even Substack?
me.
It's ridiculous.
Hmm.
Yeah, but it's fine. Once you get back to Singapore, you're gonna have a lot of time where you can
Hmm.
access everything. But let's read this story because there were some changes just to make it more clear.
In the
Let's see.
vast universe, stars. Wait, do I just read it?
Yeah, yeah, read it.
Okay. In the vast universe, stars flicker like campfire in the endless gloomy night, where galaxy twists and turns like dancing spirits, adding a unique beauty that shapes an astonishing and boundless realm. Some may envision
Envision.
envision a figure. Oh, some may envision a figure bathed in soft, holy light, with eyes like twin galaxies, calm as if time moves according to its gesture. A god not seated on a throne, but resting on the edge of the sunless void, slowly blending into or engulfed by the dullness. On the opposite side of the universe lies a completely different creature, a colossal figure that distorts space around it like a black hole, eager to
Seize
seize
power.
power, absorbing every twinkle of light and microscopic particle in space into its sinister form. Long ago, when the universe was younger, the holy figure known as X burned with radiance capable of tearing the darkness apart, wielding the power of creation, brighter than millions of stars. The dark Colossus Y, representing living chaos, devouring entire galaxies to increase its strength, determined to become the sole ruler of the universe. Y possessed a secret weapon covered in covered in a black mist, so powerful it could slice through the space and time, allowing him to sneak behind X in shadows. X and Y desired the throne. I'm right. Oh yeah. And their disagreement over rulership led to an epic confrontation. Their battle lasted for ages, shaking the universe and causing it to expand. Eventually, Y emerged victorious. Through both beings were
Severely wounded.
severely wounded. They agreed to a truce lasting 1,000 centuries to regain their strength. Many believe their next conflict could signal the end of the universe.
You know what
Why
could
does
have
it
been a
change a lot of
really
words? It's like,
yeah, it changed it to make it more grammatically like sound because it maybe had some mistakes. But you know what could have been a really cool plot twist to the end of this?
hmm?
That maybe in the end, this is what exists inside of us. And that's why we have good and evil, right? Like the beginning of the universe, the two gods battling, is actually inside of our
Inside
brain.
us. Oh,
And
okay.
remember, we actually talked about how the galaxy, the brain looks exactly the same. I don't know if I showed you this, but look at this. Galaxies and brain cells, aren't they kind of similar?
Yeah.
What if we are living in somebody's brain? Because right now we don't know what the universe is, right?
Mhm.
It's like a mystery still. But the closer we look at our own brains, the more similar it looks to the universe. So I don't know. I just my kind of connection that at the end of your story, maybe you could have kind of twisted it to becoming how this is just.
How do I like make a smooth transition to link them together?
Um, well, you can say, right, in the end, their battles collided in a chaotic whirlpool, and then you suddenly say,
So,
you transition into maybe a human being opening their eyes, and then how that human being is 2025, right, in this world today, still has X in one eye and Y in the other eye, as humans deal with peace and war,
okay.
order and chaos on Earth. So X and Y still exists. It's just within
The light side and the dark side.
within the human consciousness. Yeah. And the transition can be long. I can write 20 pages on it if I want to be artistic. But if you want to be quick and short, then you gotta almost like switch your perspective and bring it
Mm.
to this, right? And you maybe change a few words in the front where you start with the origins, right? The origins, and then you get to the end. So good question, but that's not the answer, okay? That's just one idea that I had when I was reading it, and most people have different feelings. So it comes down to you, right? What do you want people to feel? And mine is definitely something you can do, but as is also works. Yeah, you did well. I think just with 5 classes, you learned a lot. And just so you know, when you come back in the semester, it's one per week, right? I see you once per week. This is summer where
Oh, time to do.
condensed. We did like a month's worth of work in one week. If you think about it, a whole month's worth of work in one
Okay,
week.
wait. Can you promise me like not to increase the amounts of homework when we go to
I
that?
won't. I won't.
Okay,
But
okay.
it's always vocabulary, it's always writing assignment, right? And it's up to you. I don't mind if you do your homework in 30 minutes, but as long as you keep the quality, right? Most kids, if you they do it fast and they rush 30 minutes, they give me like C quality, D quality work. And it takes them 3 days to do an A quality work. But I don't want that, right? I want you to give me an A quality work in 1 hour, 30 minutes. You know why? Because that's how you train yourself for tests in school. Because for
Um,
me, I don't care, right? But I'm trying to train you to become like an academic A student in school. And I need you to see that time is like one of the most important factors. Anybody can write anything good in 1 year, right? But can you do it in 5 minutes? Don't you think that's what makes pros pros, right? All right, I want to show you one last thing. We have 1 minute, but where is it? And you can save this video if you like it, but
wait, I suddenly thought of like this very racist thing. It's like a joke, but
okay,
towards
tell me how
Mexicans.
racist.
It's like, what sports does Mexican like the most?
Sports to Mexicans? It's boxing usually.
No, cross country.
Oh no, why?
illegal migrants cross country.
That's very racist.
I know it is
Crossing the country.
cross
Okay,
country line, you know,
that's crazy.
very racist. But
All right, so let's listen to this. I hope it helps you wherever you're going for summer school. Always remember that you want to sound as smart as possible, right? So this is a video that I
well,
found. It says, what is the video? How to speak like the 1% elite. Okay?
won't they think I'm a nerd if I speak like that?
No, no, but you'll realize it's actually not what you think. He actually says don't use like hard words.
Every influential person has a verbal brand.
Verbal brand. Where's Anthony's brand, right?
Here is Steve Jobs' verbal brand. Here is Muhammad Ali's.
All right, let's look at this. Steve Jobs likes to use all these words, vision, pulse. So he likes to use like,
For future.
well, yeah, future words, but then pulse is like a, biological, like, pulse is our heartbeat.
Mhm.
Whereas Muhammad Ali, the greatest boxer, right? He's also a great talker. He has all these other words that he likes to use. Okay.
And here is yours.
And this is yours. Good,
Good.
honestly, literally.
What is a verbal brand? The boundaries set around the words and phrases someone will and will not use. Building your verbal brand is the first of 3 stages to help articulate yourself like one.
See? Lexical. You see this? Lexical, that's the lexile. Remember, you get a number to see how good your vocabulary is. Like 1,800还是1,200, that's your lexile level.
1% communicators. I'll also give you some of my personal resources, communicators that have aided me. So let's begin building your verbal brand. 1% communicators have taken ordinary phrases and found a preferred personal way of.
Okay, this is a good one. I am what?
I'm socially battery.
No,
My social battery.
battery is
Oh,
dead. Instead of I am tired of talking to. So what did he do? He used a battery and said 它没电了, right? And so this is what I say when you say figurative. Instead of saying directly, use another thing from another world. Okay? My cake has been baked, right? Whatever it is, but something like that,
personal
right?
way
So
of saying
social
it
battery.
with creativity. Instead of saying getting super popular, they might say
on the ascendancy right now.
Instead of saying a certain way of thinking, they might say
schools of thought.
big challenge might be described as a
thorny problem.
Thorny problem. 一个有刺的问题 is a challenge.
Unfortunately, few people today pay any attention to their verbal
Oh, look at this. So we're here, 2026. We've only gone down.
brand. We say anything and everything, which is usually the same thing as everyone else, usually some combination of these words.
This is our vocabulary, okay?
Sick, big. Oh, yeah, it's actually me.
Not bad. No, most people don't even use essentially.
We do have some unique words and phrases that we've picked up from friends and family, but the constant use of stale expressions, lots of fillers, and using vulgarity like a comma makes us all sound like a colony of seagulls. We need to make an agreement with ourselves about the type of words we want and don't want to use. Our choice of words should depend on the goals we are striving towards. What goals? Well, if we have ourselves a cup of honest tea, most people want to speak well in order to impact wealth, status, or understanding.
3 things, right? We're right now working on just understanding. But why do other people want to speak better? Hey, sometimes it's to show you're better status, and sometimes it's to show you're rich, right? This is the reason. These are your goals. Why you want to speak different and well compared to other people.
Once you know what you're after, you can begin building a verbal brand around the set of events ahead of you. Ask yourself, in what situations do I not have verbal confidence where I may be lacking the right words or phrases?
Right. Here is a list of stuff that you might not know what to do. Do you know how to give a speech at your great uncle's funeral?
No.
Do you know how to ask your girlfriend's dad for permission to marry her?
Maybe.
Obviously not. No, you shouldn't. Okay. Right. Best speech at a best friend's wedding, like all these different situations, breaking up with your high school sweetheart, explaining AI to your grandma, like, do you know enough words to do these things in these situations? Most of the time it's no, and you're stuck with those old words that you're using.
A list of the common scenarios. Start researching one of those environments. In movie clips.
Ooh, encouraging your family after a major setback. Like you probably don't even know how to talk to your sister, right? If she comes home crying.
No, I tried to. When she comes home crying,
I hope she doesn't.
I go in her room. She suddenly just get out and just like shouting at me, you know.
But see,
No,
if you have the right
actually,
words, maybe she won't say get out, right? Maybe you go in and say the right things.
no.
And
I
maybe
opened it.
sometimes you don't. Yeah, maybe
I
sometimes.
knocked on the door. I open it. Angela, get out! It's just like that. I just straight away.
Movie clips, Reddit posts, or articles.
Anyways,
Also write them down.
you can
Or
watch
no
this
child
yourself,
or
but
by
watch what he
procuring
says here, right?
that are stiff
Watch what he says here.
and showy. No one knows what you mean by procuring a burger. Words like procure, extrapolate, or indefatigable may look articulate on paper, but saying them will make you sound like a child trying to cuss for the first time. You don't need fancy words to have a good verbal brand. In fact, the reason the 1% speak with such surgical precision is not because they've swallowed the dictionary. It's because they've removed verbal discord.
Okay, so we'll get into more of this when you come back, but ultimately try to remember everything we've talked about and everything you learned and bring that right to America and pick up more. Pick up more. So the only thing I'm going to ask from you is tell me what new things you learned, okay, when you come back. And that's what I want to
You
hear
know,
about.
you know what my parents say when I last time I went to this American camp.
Yeah.
The only thing I was doing is just helping the people who cannot speak English translating. You know,
So you were speaking
actually,
more Chinese than English.
yeah.
No. So that's the thing. Stay away from the Chinese, like Asian looking people.
That's what my
Make
mom
friends with
said.
the black guy, you know? Make friends with the Mexican guy.
Okay.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, like stop because it's easy to make friends with the Chinese. It's
Of
easy
course, you
to
got
make friends.
common languages, but
Yeah, we
to
look the
work
same.
these.
And especially 如果有一个是台湾人，哇，更容易变成 buddy buddy. But you want to be friends with people that can also help you. All right, I'll give you one last quote. If you hang around 5 lazy people, you will be the 6th. If you hang around 5 smart people,
It will be
you
the
will
sixth.
be the 6th. That's it. So just
Same
remember that.
six, but yeah.
Remember who you hang out with, right? And you'll become who that is. And so it's good that you help people, but
I
you also
like.
need to better yourself.
I really need to say something. Okay, it's just like these Americans thinking that using like how do I say it? They think that burning rice is racist to Chinese. It's like burning rice. It's just burning rice. How is it
Yeah.
racist to Chinese?
I mean, unless they're doing it on purpose to make fun of Chinese, like if you're just burning rice, that's not racist.
Yeah, it's just like they
Yeah.
just think it's an insult to rice, but
Oh,
it's
but
not.
that's
It's
one
just like
thing you got to remember. I'll tell you one thing that will help you on a personal level. America has changed, which means right now Trump is president. It's okay to speak what you want to say, okay? Back then, you got to be very careful. Oh, 有没有 trigger 这个人?有没有 offend 到这个人? These days, say whatever you want. And if somebody says you cannot, you can actually call them out. Be like, who are you, right? Are you one of those people? Do you want to, right, control speech? Are you against free speech, right? Is it okay to have my opinion? You can actually attack them now. But before, you can't even attack them. You will be canceled, okay? So things have changed, and it's actually good, I think, for you that you
like
can say whatever you want.
so weird, you know? When you go to somewhere and you say like he is something, and then he's like, "Are you assuming his gender? Are you assuming its gender?" It's like, you know
But
what
that's
I
what,
mean by.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
I
And
was playing
it's
this thing
almost like you
called.
can't say anything, right? It's like even offensive to say he is happy, right? Like
Yes,
what if, ooh, that's a girl that wants
she. That's a
to be called
she. Ooh, that's a she.
they,
It's
right?
like
He has to be called they. They is happy. No, no, no. That's grammatically wrong, right? You cannot say they is. So like the pronoun things, right, is no more, okay? Pronouns and people forcing you to use pronouns, that is gone. Okay. But however, don't forget, you're going to California. California is still very liberal, right? Very much on the other side. So ultimately, just remember, be kind, right? You don't want to disrespect others, but also don't let other people disrespect you. And if somebody tells you you can't say something, isn't that disrespectful, right?
There's
So,
like last clamp was like very hard to forget because there's like 5 Americans surrounding me telling me what's transgender. You
oh
know,
Lord.
I was like confused in transgender. I mean, like you're born a boy. How do you become a girl? Are you like biologically a girl? So they're like all these 5 Americans are surrounding me and starting to say what is transgender, what is the LGBTQ community.
Well,
It's
were they
so
all
weird.
supporting it? Because now they've lost, okay? That party has lost. So you can ask them, right? Define a girl. What is a male? What is a female?
Mm,
And also, you can be strong in saying there is a male and there is a female.
yeah.
And and for me, the explanation is very, very easy. Females can have babies, males can't. That's it. That's my definition. So if there's somebody who can have a baby, she's a girl. I don't
Mm,
care if it's X X X Y. It's just that simple.
yeah.
All right. Anyways, ultimately, right? Be respectful, stay safe, and then come back in one piece, but in a better piece, right? Build yourself more, learn more things, and hopefully we'll have a better discussion, right, when you come back. So good
Okay.
luck. You can text me
Thank you.
anytime if you need help, even if you don't have class. And take care, okay?
I maybe could call you when I'm in
Yeah,
America.
call me, text me if you need help. I'm usually in class or not, but I'll respond whenever I can. All right?
Understood.
All right, good job, man. I'll
Bye
see you
bye.
next.
Thank you. Thank you
Bye,
very
Jimmy.
much.